Hi, I'm Louise from A2A Training. We're talking about the Team Leader Level 3 Endpoint Assessment for version 1.4 and the assessment relating to the professional discussion underpinned by the portfolio evidence. So the apprentice will prepare a portfolio of their best work completed during the apprenticeship, and this will be uploaded at Gateway. As part of the EPA, the apprentice will have a professional discussion with the independent endpoint assessor, which will last around about 60 minutes. The portfolio itself is not graded, but is used for the independent endpoint assessor to prepare for the discussion. The portfolio itself must be mapped against the key skills and behaviours for this assessment method. It should typically contain between 1 and 3 pieces of evidence for each KSB area and can be submitted as part of one combined document. The same piece of evidence can be used to meet more than one KSB area, and we're looking for quality of evidence here rather than quantity. So evidence ideas for your portfolio might include things such as workplace documentation or records, workplace policies and procedures, annotated to show your contribution as the apprentice, colleague feedback and witness statements, annotated photographs or video clips. If you do upload video clips, keep them short, perhaps a maximum of 5 minutes, and the apprentice must be in view and identifiable. The professional discussion is normally completed online using a platform like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. The independent endpoint assessor will give the apprentice at least 1 week's notice of when the assessment will take place. The portfolio itself should be uploaded at least 2 weeks before that EPA date. The assessor will ask the apprentice at least 5 questions, but likely many more, about aspects of their job which relate to the key skills and behaviours. As the apprentice, you must bring a copy of your portfolio to the EPA and have photographic ID available to show the endpoint assessor before the EPA starts. They need to have suitable technology to complete the online assessment, and if they choose for the assessment to finish earlier than 60 minutes, they can let the assessor know that they think they've said as much as they can as part of the professional discussion. There's a mapping document available on ACE360 in our knowledge base, showing the requirements for each of the key skills and behaviours. Please upload your portfolio to ACE360 or ask your training provider to do so that the independent endpoint assessor can review this in good time and prepare their questions. The portfolio itself must not include any reflective accounts or self-assessment methods, and if you do upload these, they won't be looked at. Be prepared to discuss each of the KSBs in the interview and try to have a couple of good examples for each KSB area. Make sure you include at least 1 piece of evidence for each KSB and reference the work of others and be clear about your own role within any joint work completed. We can only mark the work that you have done personally, so talk in terms of what I did rather than what we did. There's 5 KSB areas for this part of the EPA: building high-performing team, communicating and implementing operational plans, managing change and continuous improvement, using technology and contributing to a project. The mapping document covers all KSB areas and breaks down pass and distinction criteria clearly for you. You'll need to create an easy referencing system so that the independent endpoint assessor can find your evidence clearly. Once your portfolio and mapping document are ready, have them uploaded to ACE360 and remember to keep a copy for the day of your endpoint assessment. Grading for this assessment is pass, distinction or fail, and all pass criteria must be met for a pass, and all the pass and distinction criteria must be met for a distinction. The overall grade for both of these elements of the EPA when combined is pass, distinction or fail. The assessments can be completed in any order, and the results of both assessments will be released together. There's 2 assessment methods for this EPA, and we recommend the professional discussion is completed second. You'll need to be in a room on your own to complete the EPA, and it will most likely be completed online. The EPA is completed under exam conditions and can be completed from work, home, or at your college or training provider. This part of the EPA is likely to last just over an hour, but be prepared it may last a little longer. Have a think about your background when you're looking at completing endpoint assessment, and make sure you've got a professional environment behind you and you won't be able to blur your background. Please log in 15 minutes early to check your connection, and remember to bring your photographic ID and your portfolio. Good luck with your endpoint assessment, and here's our email address if you need us.